Thus, you're watching Morning Cafe. This morning, we're focusing on family law once again, but we narrow down to child's right in regards to right to identity and a child's right to know their father. And to help us unpack this, we have John Wesonga on Zoom. Of course, we'll be unpacking what the law says, what it fails to address, and what justice looks like, for the child courts in between. So karibu sana wakili to TV47. This is Morning Cafe. Good to have you on set. Wakili, kindly unmute your microphone.
Thank you so much, Monica. How are you?
Good. So you know,
Yes.
I just want us to start by a brief introduction, because sometimes we define a child's right to know their father in a layman's language, but we know you Achilles usually say there's what the law says. So what does the law say about the child's right to know their father? What does it mean in the legal perspective?
When we talk about a child and we talk about the rights, it's not just about the child, it's not just about the right to know their father. It's about the child identity. It's not about the father, it's about the child. So the law comes in to protect the child. And when the law says that the child has a right and it goes ahead to protect that right, it is protecting the right as against the parents, against the father, against the mother, and against the whole world. So it's not just about the father, it's about the parent. So this law protects both the identity to the child as against the mother and also as against the father. No, most of the time when we talk about children, we tend to be biased against the father, and we just try to believe that the mother is always in the picture. Sometimes even the father can quote unquote run away with the child. So it's not just about the father, but about the parent. Yes.
All right, Wakili, so are we limiting this definition to biological paternity only? Or are there legal frameworks for, the fathers who we call nowadays as those who stepped up? Men who may not be biological, but have been in the lives of this child?
So when you look at what the law provides, the law provides under Article 53 of our Constitution that every child has the right to a name and nationality from birth. When the child is born, that child has a right to a name, and that child has a right to a nationality. And also, when you look at our law, at our courts, courts have pronounced themselves. And to answer your question, this is a gray area that maybe we need more clarification, and we need maybe to do more research. When you talk about the father or the parent who has stepped up and has come up to the life of this child, initially, this parent who has stepped up, maybe they have their rights to the child, but also there's a parent who really did the biological act to bring this child to maybe into being. This parent also has the right to be involved in this child's affairs. So the law, normally, when we talk about the right to the children or the right to a child, it normally comes to protect the child, and more so, it does not, it turns a blind eye towards whoever is in the picture. So it doesn't matter whether you are a biological parent to this child or not, but as long as you're doing what the law stipulates, then I think the law is blind as far as the biology and whoever has stepped up, or there's some children who are adopted. Does it mean that they have lesser rights? No. So as long as you call yourself a parent, the child has a right against you, and those rights are protected. Yes.
So how does the inheritance issues play out in that case? A child is not a biological child to the man in question, but now when you're talking about matters of inheritance, say maybe the man has his own children, but now he has this one where he stepped up a bit. How does inheritance play out in such a situation?
When it comes to inheritance, there's a law of, it's called Law of Succession Act, and it stipulates very well